Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking to you about your lighting projects. For this assignment, you're going to be working on 3 different projects at one time. So it's very important that you listen carefully as I explain the instructions today and that you start thinking of how you're going to manage your time to get 3 projects done by one deadline. So let's talk about what we're working on. The first project I want to talk to you about today is the most embarrassing moment video project. For this video project, you're going to be telling the class your most embarrassing moment under silhouette lighting. So remember, we learned that silhouette lighting is when your subject is dark and their features are hidden because you light the background instead of lighting the subject themselves. So for this project, you will write a script telling your most embarrassing moment. Then you will set up silhouette lighting, you'll set up silhouette lighting in the Imagination Station studio, and you will record the video of yourself telling the class that most embarrassing moment. We're going to watch some example videos, which will help this make a little bit more sense as you get started. But first, I want to take a look at the rubric. Here's how you're going to be graded for this project. The first thing I'm looking for is framing. Do you use proper framing and the rule of thirds in your video? Next is editing quality. There should be no editing errors. The video should be trimmed at the beginning and end, and I want it to begin with 5 seconds of black. Next up is time requirements. Your video must be at least 30 seconds long, but no longer than 1 minute. It's important when you're considering timing requirements that you think about this ahead of time when you're in the script writing phase. As you write your script, you should be timing yourself practicing that script, making sure it's at least 30 seconds, but not longer than 1 minute. I'm looking for project export, making sure everything's scaled to frame size, turned into the right folder properly. Next up is audio. Your audio levels should be consistent, so I should be able to hear you clearly, making sure that you are projecting your voice so that the camera can pick up the audio as you tell your story. And then finally, you see the last subject on our rubric is silhouette lighting. And this is going to be worth double the points. So you see the ×2 down at the bottom. I am looking to see that the subject is perfectly lit using silhouette lighting. There should be a sharp outline with a tight circle of light directly behind the subject's head. And this is a 70-point project. Next, let's talk about your lighting foldable assignment. Lighting is easy, right? Well, now it's your chance to show what you know through this lighting foldable project. Using your notes and classroom textbook, I want you to create an interactive foldable explaining basic lighting concepts and terms. Here's the kicker. Your foldable should be simplified and easy to understand as if you were using it to teach second graders about lighting. I should be able to take your foldables over to Eagle Ridge, give them to a second grade teacher, and they could pass them out to their class, and those students could easily look through your foldable and understand more about lighting. Your project should be neat, organized, and creative. The final product should include accurate and complete information about each topic listed below, and it should have removable parts to test the knowledge learned in the foldable for interactive use. Basically, what I'm looking for here is that you can create a foldable that is very visually appealing for little kids to look at, and that you can easily simplify this information into your own words in a way that's easy to understand, so much so that a second grader could understand it. In your foldable, you have to include all of the information listed on this sheet. Each should have its own tab. So first, I want you to tell me about a lamp, the definition of a lamp, and a colorful visual aid. Next is contrast, a definition, and a colorful visual aid. I want you to teach me about hard light, so a definition, at least 3 different types of lights that could be used to create hard light, so 3 examples, and then explain in detail how each light source you chose could be used to set up hard light. Then tell me what types of productions or video shoots would you use hard light in, and tell me why. And give me a visual aid in color. You'll give me the exact same information for soft light. So a definition, 3 examples of lights used to create soft light, tell me what kind of production you would use soft light for, and then finally give me a visual aid in color. Keep in mind, while you're creating this, you are simplifying all of your information. This should be something that a little kid would enjoy looking at and learning about lights. In the past, I've had students make very interactive foldables. I've had them make little games that teach them about lights, like matching games or a little board game. I've even had a student make a comic book series teaching about lights. All of those are options. You don't have to do a basic foldable like you may have done in some of your other classes. You can think outside of the box and get creative here. Next in your foldable, I want you to tell me all about silhouette lighting. Give me the definition, explain how you would set up silhouette lighting, and then give me a visual aid. After you tell me about silhouette lighting, you'll explain three-point lighting. So, giving me the definition of three-point lighting, telling me about the 3 lights involved, give me an explanation of how to set it up, and again, a visual aid that should be in color. The last thing that your foldable will include is removable parts. I don't want you to tell me about light accessories and the removable parts of lights. Don't get confused here. I'm saying I want your foldable to have removable parts itself. For example, this is a way that you will test the knowledge of the second graders. It could be a set of flashcards that comes off the back of your foldable that they could use to practice some of these terms. It could be, like I mentioned earlier, a little board game that comes off where they can play a game that asks them questions to test their knowledge. Get creative here. Anything you want. It has to be removable, so pieces come off of the foldable, and it helps test the knowledge to make sure when the second graders read through your foldable, they understood what you taught them. You're each going to get a printout of this sheet. On the back, you will see that I have given you 2 options for creating different types of foldable. The first one is a pop-up book. The second is just a regular flap type foldable. You do not have to do one of these 2 options. I'm just giving you 2 examples here that you can use if you're interested. You can use any type of foldable. Like I said earlier, I've had people do comic books or different things in the past. Miss Masters has a couple of examples that students have done in the past that you can look at. If you're interested, see her for more information. Now let's take a look at how you will be graded for this foldable. You're getting graded on the attractiveness and organization. So the foldable should be attractive, well organized, and formatted in a way that's easy to read and understand. Next, writing and vocabulary. You should correctly use all 6 of the required terms, giving me accurate information about each. Your content should be accurate. All facts should be correct. We don't want to teach incorrect information. Next is knowledge gained. I'm looking to see that all of the information in the foldable has been simplified enough that a second grader could easily read and understand the information. And finally, it should be highly interactive with removable parts. This is your game or your knowledge test that you're going to create to go with your foldable. And this is a 60-point project. The final lighting project I want to talk to you about today are the Learner Power modules that you will complete. These are online video modules that we complete through our Canvas page. So if you log into Canvas and you go to our class and you click on assignments, you're going to find the assignment titled Learner Power Modules. Click on this module and they will give you instructions here. It says, please complete all of the online lighting modules in Learner Power. The link is below. As you finish, mark them completed. What you're going to do is once you click on this link, there's a tab at the top titled Lessons. you're going to scroll to the Unit 9 and you're going to complete all modules under Unit 9B. They're titled Lights for Video. So let me show you. I'm going to click on the link and it will take me to the Learner Power website. At the top, I scroll over the Lessons tab and I'm going to come all the way down to Unit 9 About Production. And again, I'm looking for Unit 9B, Lights for Video. You have to go through these in order so you can see there are several videos here that you'll need to go through, but we're going to start with Unit 9B1, Typical Video Lights. And I'm going to click here. Once I click here, a video will pop up. I can press play. This is a 5-minute video, and it's going to play through, and it's going to give me some good information here about types of lights that are found in studios. As you watch these videos, you need to make sure that you are taking notes. The information from these Learner Power modules is what is going to be on your lighting test. So when you are working on this, make sure you have headphones, your notes out, you're in a place where you can concentrate, and that you can understand the information presented in these videos. We're not just watching or clicking through to check them off. We're making sure that we are getting the information. Once I finish watching this video, I can go ahead and press next, and it will take me to the next unit. It's not going to let me click next here until I've watched the video. Or if you don't want to use the next tab, you can come back up to the top under Lessons, and it has highlighted where you've already been. So down here on Unit 9, it's gray, and Unit 9B, Lights for Video, is gray, and Unit 9B1 is gray. That shows that you have already clicked here. So now I'm going to click the second one, Unit 9B, Controlling Light. And when I click here, I'm going to get another video that I can watch and take notes on. Again, all of this information is going to be on your test, so it is very important that you take your time, you watch the videos, and that you understand them. You have 11 total videos to watch under the Learner Power module, Unit 9B1 all the way through Unit 9B11. Again, as you watch these videos, you're going to take your time and take notes. You will be turning in your notes at the end of this project on due day to show that you watched all 11 videos. So for our lighting unit, you are completing 3 projects at one time. During this time, you are going to create a schedule that is specific to you and how you plan on completing all 3 of these projects by the assigned deadline. You'll be working on your most embarrassing moment video, your lighting foldable project, and your Learner Power modules. All 3 of these projects will be due on the same day, so it's important that you think ahead now at the upcoming weeks and how you will spend your time to make sure you can get all 3 projects turned in at once. I think you guys are going to do great on this as long as you make a schedule on your pre-production and you stick to it. Good luck.